I'm going to tell you about are not uniformed personnel. They're not athletes. The heroes I'm going to tell you about are lions. 35 years ago, the Philadelphia Zoo sponsored a trip to Kenya to visit 3 game parks over 10 days. Next thing I knew, my wife and I were landing in Nairobi, spending the night, getting into a Volkswagen microbus, going out into the bush, where there were lovely hotels and protected compounds. Now, we go out. By the way, people think of game parks as a zoo. Let me tell you, it's not a zoo. In a zoo, the animals are on your turf. In a game park, you are on their turf. In a game park, you're in the cage. Now, the cage has wheels, but it's still a cage. Because if you get out of that cage, you're somebody's lunch. Now, the animals are lively in the morning and in the evening. Midday, they all sleep. So do I, actually. So the vans at sunrise, you get in the van and go out to see what there is to see. Well, I'll tell you the wonders that we saw. Herds of elephant and zebra. Beautiful giraffe loping across the plains. Some rhinos and baboons. Fantastic sights. Let me tell you, if the game parks of Africa are not on your bucket list, put them on now. It is a fantastic trip. Well, one morning, at sunrise, we're in the van waiting for them to open up the gates just at sunrise. And I asked our driver, I said, well, what are we going to see today? Of course, I was joking. What are you going to see? You go out there and see what there is to see. But he turned to me and said, today, my friend, we are going to see a pair of mating lions. I said, mating lions? How do you know that? He said, I see you're not wise in the ways of lions. You see, my friend, when the lioness comes into season, the male lions compete for her attentions, and usually it's the big king lion who wins. And the two of them go off together for as long as she is in season. Now, they don't eat, they don't hunt, they do nothing but mate for 10 days. Every 20 minutes. Well, the sun rose, and we got in our microvan, and we're shooting out. And he said, I knew. We call these honeymoon couples. He says, I spotted a honeymoon couple just yesterday. I know exactly where they are. We're going to go right there. We'll be the first car there. So we'll be alone with our honeymoon couple. And sure enough, we got in the van. Right at the gates open, we shot out, straight as an arrow, who went to where we wanted to go, and went up to a grassy knoll, and about 30 yards ahead of us, a magnificent pair of lions, male and female, lying side by side. Well, the van had a little pop-top, so I got up and I had my Super 8 movie camera taking pictures. Within 5 minutes, the big male got up, stretched, gave a little roar, got behind the female, mounted her, and did his thing. And at the very I'm shooting this whole thing. You'll see it on National Geographic Channel. And at the very end, only took about a minute, he wasn't exactly. At the very end, he leaned forward and kissed her behind the ear. I was very touched and moved. I thought that was very tender. Anyway, he hopped off and lay down next to her. Meanwhile, other vans had come up and other cars were there. So we went scooting off. But let me tell you, any animals that can make it for 10 consecutive days, every 20 minutes, are true heroes.